What's going on, Shady people? ShadyPenguinn here. Welcome back to the next Duel Links video, and today we're going to be starting our hashtag deck check series where we take a deck suggested by you guys, duel with it a few times, and see if there's any critiques or any changes that can be made. Sometimes it'll just be a fun deck with a cute little theme. Sometimes it'll be a hyper-competitive deck. But for now, we're going to kick off with one that really caught my eye when I saw it. Also, I apologize if my mic is too low. I'm waiting for my preamp to come in the mail. Got a new mic, and it needs a preamp, which is coming today, so it might be a little quiet. The video might sound a little different, but we'll be back to normal, or maybe even a little bit better than normal tomorrow. Anyway, without further ado, this deck is really freaking cool. It was submitted by KR Cambo 99. And it focuses on getting cards in the grave and using your graveyard as a resource. So this new spell card came out, Feast of the Wild, which says special summon up to 2 level 5 warrior type monsters from your hand and or graveyard, but their effects are negated, and for the rest of the turn they cannot attack. So about building your field, getting it stronger, getting it more plump without actually being able to attack. But you can use those for tributes. There's so many different things you can do. But this deck plays a bunch of different graveyard dependent cards like Red Eyes Wyvern. You guys know this card now, I'm sure. I've used it a couple times, but if it's in your grave and you didn't normal summon, you can special summon a Red Eyes monster from your grave, which is really cool because if you use this card and then you don't normal summon anything else, this is just special summoning. So there's definitely options for combos. You have also Dark General Freed has in here, cannot be special summoned. So right there, I think this is a little bit of a red flag for me. I think this card is basically in here for the dream of where it's in your hand and you get to normal summon it. Because it negates any spell cards that target face-up dark monster you control, like Red Eyes Black Dragon. And then during your draw phase, instead of conducting your normal draw, you can add one level 4 level 4 dark monster, which we don't have in this deck. So really, it's just about that negation. However, it cannot be special summoned with Feast of the Wild. It's very important to remember. But this card can be freed. The Matchless General, negate any spell effects that target this card. And if you do destroy that spell card during your draw phase, you can add one level 4, which doesn't matter for this deck. However, it's mainly in here for once it's in your graveyard, you go ahead and you special summon it with Feast of the Wild, or if it's in your hand. Then you have Buster Blader. This card gains 500 attack for each dragon type monster. I think just following a little bit of that warrior theme. Obviously doesn't synergize with the spell, but it's there because we're playing 3 Amaryllis. I don't know how you pronounce it, Amaryllis. But basically, when this card's in your graveyard, you can banish it to reduce the tribute of a monster. So Buster Blader would only be one tribute, Red Eyes would only be 1 tribute, and this Chakra Archer would be free. It's a 6-star warrior. If it was a 5-star warrior, it wouldn't matter because its effect gets negated, so that point's moot. But anyway, 6-star warrior, super bad stats, but its effect is really good. Once per turn, you can target 1 spell or trap card on the field to destroy it. So it's basically Harpy's Hunting Ground, but every single turn without having to summon something else. Really, really, really good card. I've gotten it out a couple times actually while practicing with this deck. And the way you get all your cards in the grave is this beautiful card, Magical Merchant, who I want to use a lot more of. Magical Merchant is an engine that's similar to Last Gamble, where it's really like you can build a few different decks around this engine. But we're gonna try today to focus on just this one. But you excavate cards from the top of your deck until you excavate a spell or trap card. Add that card to your hand, send the remaining cards to the graveyard. So you only run 4. You run 4 magic trap, 1 magic, 3 trap. Of course, we have a Red Eyes Black Dragon here. I said we were running 3 of those. We have 2 Red Eyes Spirit or those Red Eyes Black Dragon, and then we have 1 Champion's Vigilance. This is exactly what Campbell built when he sent in the deck check. So we're going to do a few duels with this, and then we're going to see if there's anything we think we should do to change this up, maybe make it a little bit better. I really like the deck. I think it's a lot of fun. Magical Merchant engine is one of my favorite engines to play. I don't do it very often. I don't know why. I honestly forgot about the card for so long. And I kind of want to kick myself over that because it's such a fun engine to play with. Going against EDM 1305. Let's see what we got. I'm going second. Are you kidding me? I'm going second? All right, I actually prefer to go second. With this deck, I'd rather go first, but it's okay. The ranks reset, as you guys know, so it's not. We're in like Silver 1 right now, or Silver 2. I think we're in Silver 1. So it's not hyper competitive. Everyone's just trying to climb back up. I think it reset yesterday. Maybe it reset today. I'm not sure. Unfortunately, though, we didn't open up with a single one of our Magic and Trap. I know it's very unlikely that you do, but I like to open up with one of them because then I know Magical Merchant's going to have a nice long spree. The biggest problem with this deck is the possibility of just bricking. Watch, so we're going to do this. We're going to set our Magical Merchant. And we're going to end our turn. The biggest drawback would be if we brick and we just draw right into like a Red Eye Spirit. We'll actually lose this duel immediately if that happens. And that would be a darn shame to show off. However, that's one of the things we can try to maybe mediate. It's kind of impossible because we're only running 4 magic and trap at this point. Ooh. When this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard by battle. And then we have Fairy King Truesdale. All right, let's see if we can get at least a couple cards. Okay, we have 1, 2, none that are useful though. Amaryllis is useful, that's great. Another magical merchant, get that out of the way. You really only want a magical merchant once. Oh, another, look at this. We're on a roll. Listen to half our deck. Oh my gosh. All right, so we got a Red Eye Spirit. It's probably the best one we could have gotten. That was a ridiculous run. 3 out of the 5 cards we have left in our deck are magic and trap. So with this deck, you have to win fast once you get your magical merchant off. And you never want a magical merchant more than once unless you really do just brick right away. Like if you just go right into a spell or trap. Because even when you do that though, now you gotta remember you only have 3 spell or traps left to work with. So the biggest thing we can do here, probably the best thing we can do, is to go ahead and activate Amaryllis. You can only activate 1 of these per turn, by the way. And now we can normal summon our 5-star monster. So one of the biggest reasons I love this deck, because I loved Amaryllis the second it came out. I'm gonna go for the attack, and it pays off. It pays off. The face down isn't a mirror wall, which is great. And we have super card advantage right now, because you gotta remember, Magical Merchant allows you to add a card to your hand. So we have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not that we really played much. But look at this, there's 6 to 4? 6 to 4? It's no question. We got this in the bag. We just gotta win in 4 turns. Which I think we can do. I'm pretty sure we can do with this hand. I don't really know what my opponent's gonna do at this point. Sets a monster, that's it. That's it. What did you set before? The thing that gave us both 800 life points. So there's a chance it's another one of those. That is a possibility. Dispel, even though you know I added Red Eye Spirit to my hand. I like it. I like it. I like the BM. Just, you want to make sure. I'm not even going to activate it. I don't want to activate it. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Feel like you're trying to bait me into some econ plays.
Here I go. I draw a
I don't want it. There's our second Red Eye Spirit. What we can do is we can actually activate this effect again. There's no reason not to. I think we win this turn. Like, this deck is so much fun. It's really not that expensive either. I mean, you can replace the Freed the Matchless Generals with other, like, you don't need 3 of those specifically. There's other warriors, other 5-star warriors, which I know there are. You can add those instead. Because it really doesn't matter. Like, the effect is great when you normal summon it, but obviously when you summon it with the spell card, which you didn't even use this turn. Jeez, I actually didn't even know this card was in the game. It must have been from the beginning, and I've just never seen it since. This card just, this is YuGi starter deck card, so it brings back a lot of memories for me. There have been so many times in my life where I've gone back and bought those starter decks. I remember one trip, I was going family vacations to Hershey Park, and I remember, like, this was like probably 8 years after Yu-Gi-Oh first came out, but they had the original starter decks, and we didn't have any of our cards with us, and they had the original starter decks in Target, and we went and we bought the decks, we bought like 3 packs, and then we dueled in between, like when we were in the cabin or when we were at the campsite. It was a lot of fun. So Yu-Gi-Oh has a lot of good memories with me. So the deck worked out great. We got our Magical Merchant off. We milled a bunch of cards. We milled all 3 Amaryllis, and we could take advantage of 2 of those in that duel. We'll see how this one goes. I really do like this deck. I think it's an awesome deck. Shout out to Campbell for submitting it with the hashtag deck check on Twitter. And we'll get a couple more duels in with this and then see if there's anything we want to change. I mean, like, so right now we have Feast of the Wild in our hand, which I really do like having. It gives us hope for a nice solid mill. It's just gonna end his turn. That's so tempting. But this is not a deck that can really take advantage of such a play. So we're gonna go ahead.
It's my turn.
And he's playing Mountain. So Buster Blader might hit the field and be a super fat monster at some point. Let's see what happens. I'm pretty pumped. He's got 2 face down now. We'll go ahead and we'll just manually flip our Magical Merchant. Because if we can get an Amaryllis, we can actually get our Buster Blader out, although I'll probably just go for this. Because it negates all spells, and he's got 2 face downs, could be potential econs. Don't really want to play into those. We got a Wyvern, we got another Amaryllis. Look at this, just our whole deck is gone. We get a Vigilance. So Vigilance isn't gonna matter too much right now because we don't actually have the necessary tools. We don't have the Red Eyes or the Red Eye Spirit. We have 2 Red Eye Spirit left in the deck. So basically now we have 7 cards left in our deck. 2 of them are Magic and Trap, or 2 of them are Trap actually. They're both Red Eye Spirits. No more negate any spell effects that target face-up dark monsters, including itself. So Dark General Freed, really good card. Guess you wouldn't take this out. I think it's a really nice anti-meta card. We're gonna go for the attack. See what happens, Captain. Can't activate those econs, can you? Can't activate those econs, can you? Very nice. If my eyes look tired, it's just because we were up partying last night at my sister-in-law and now official brother-in-law's wedding. So I might seem a little tired right now. What can we do here? You can Ammo Release into Freed, who can be targeted by econ, but that's okay. We could go for Feast and then go for Buster Blader, but that seems that's like an overextension. I think I'd rather just do this. This is a nice tempo play. Nothing too crazy. Gets us another monster in the field without having to tribute. And now we have 2 warriors. 2 warriors chilling like villains. And they're out here. Let's go for the attack with our Earth type monster. And it just goes through. That's it. 3 face down. What were they? We'll never know. We'll never know. Oh man, what a drag. What a freaking drag. Oh well, it's all good. It's all good. Let me make sure everything's actually recording. It is sweet. And let's go in for one more with the current build. I don't want to change the build and mess it up if it's working. Like, clearly Campbell took some time with this, running exactly for... The only thing in my mind that I would say is like right now, okay, Vigilance seems kind of lackluster. I don't think I would want Vigilance in there. There might be something important about having 4 Magic and Trap though. So I don't know what I would replace it with. I mean, if I had 3 Red Eye Spirit, I'd probably just put another Red Eye Spirit in there. We've been lucky enough to open up a Magical Merchant every time, and that's super clutch. We're going up against Amai with Aromatherapy? I guess Aromatherapy, yeah. I don't see what else it could be. Draw! No bird face? What is this? Wonder Balloons the deck. Ooh, this is gonna be interesting. All right, so I would really like to have that warrior that pops a spell card on the field, but I don't think that's gonna happen right now. Let's see, what are you gonna do? Come on out! Oh, you're playing straight up, like, better than me deck that I can't win against. Yeah, this is straight up better than me deck I can't win against. Wow, and we got kind of screwed. We got kind of screwed. Oh yeah, we got screwed. I'll set Vigilance for now, but I don't really see how we get over this without destroying this Wonder Balloons. We have a card to do it, but realistically, we gotta draw it. We can't let Magical Merchant mill it, so we have no way of getting it back. No reason not to attack with the 1800 because you're reducing everything by 600 right now. Well, actually, only attack. What is going on? And this, I mean, I'm glad that this happened. I'm glad the deck bricked just because it has to. Like, this kind of deck cannot be perfect. There's no, oh wait, what skill do I have? Destiny Draw? A Destiny Draw, which was in his build. Yo, if we actually had an Ammo Release in hand, we would be able to do this. Wait, I think we can actually, like, I think we can do something here. Oh! If our Magical Merchant mills weren't so bad, we would be fine right now. Oh my gosh, that's so nuts. I misplayed, but we would have been fine. Because we could have, if we had at least 1 warrior. No, if we had 2 warriors in our grave, we could have Feast the Wild, tributed 1 of them for Chakra, activate Chakra, pop the Wonder Balloons, and then set a Red Eye Spirit and get Red Eyes next turn. Oh my gosh, wow. I wonder if there was a card that could actually let me win with Destiny Draw. Someone in the comment section will let me know if there was a card that could have actually let me win. I don't think there was, but we can at least stall. We can at least stall. We might as well. From your hand to play Shard of Greed. Okay. Red Eye's defense is what, 2,000?
Ready to battle?
I believe it's 2,000.
Show 'em your power.
He just misplayed. We're gonna get the chase. Oh, he must have something face down. That's why he's doing this. He has to have something face down.
Monster attacks your life
I
points
use my
directly.
face down card.
Because I won't go in attack. I'll go in defense.
I'm counting on you.
Did he just screw
I
up
special
super hard?
summon a monster.
I think he dropped the ball. That's fine. I have Champion's Vigilance face down.
Made a quick place, pal.
Tribute something. Well, it doesn't matter. I think the tribute happens after the fact. No, it doesn't. I can't Vigilance? I can. Oh! Let's go! And there's only one Swift guy in the game, so you know. This guy just choked it up. He just choked it up. He got cocky. He got cocky. Oh, man. All right. So let's do this the right way then. We have Amaryllis in the grave. Let's activate it.
My monster effect activates.
We can't even touch this deck now. I can't change this deck. Now after that beautiful just turn of events,
Effect activates.
we can pop Wonder Balloons. Oh, I'm so happy right now. I have so much joy in my soul right now. This is so fantastic. Wow.
My monster
GG?
Feeling nervous?
The unwinnable duel becoming winnable, question mark?
Draw.
Oh my goodness. That is awesome. Yeah, end your turn. Just forfeit, man. You gargled. You gargled it up. Yo, can we no, there's no way for you to have the last attack. It's okay.
time to battle.
That's all good. Let's get it. Unless, I might have just, yo, if she had a Sphere Karibo, I would have just literally lost. I actually would have lost. That would have been ridiculous. I should have popped the Shard of Greed, done everything right, but I rushed. So like, we got 3 wins in a row with this deck. Some things you could quote unquote change. I don't see anything right now. Like Vigilance came in clutch and I wanted to take Vigilance out. I think everything is fine as is. Dude, the deck check, you passed the deck check. Like, this is so much fun. You could obviously change if you want to, like get rid of Buster Blader, but I see all these cards having their purpose. With Amaryllis, you can run any single tribute you want, especially if you're not going for like all the warriors. I really love running this card. This card is a sleeper. People be sleeping on it. But we're gonna wrap this deck check up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. And of course, if you enjoyed, hit that subscribe button down below and tweet at me your decks that you want to see featured on the channel using the hashtag deck check. Have yourselves a fantastic day, but above all else, keep it shady.